With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And well, there you go. Now we'll catch all that rundown. We're going to speed it up though real quick. 3 minutes into this 10-minute qualifying session. How you doing? How you feeling, race fans? As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from the track side. Tonight, these drivers are going to try to decide who will better have a chance at making it into the round of 8 after we head to Indianapolis Motor Speedway next week, next Thursday night. That's going to be the round of 12 cutoff. That's right, just 8 drivers going to move on. The who's who of the NASCAR legend and Hall of Famers have been to victory lane around this quick, old school 1-mile track here, Rockingham Speedway. Which one of our stars will be able to capture the flag here tonight? We'll have to wait and see, but for now, Chris Dean in the 2 machine, top of the speed charts, 23:60 is the fast time here in qualifying. Tom Richter, Jason Dalton right behind him in third. Cody Richardson and Andrew Koska rounds out the top 5 in qualifying. Just 11 drivers out there with a time. We've still got at least 12 more drivers to go out there on track. So qualifying right at the halfway point. And well, while we're at the halfway point, why don't we go ahead, get a little official business done and out of the way. What do you say? Nobody out there on the track on a qualifying lap. So what do you say we get rid of that? This timing and scoring. Let's throw up the official point standings coming in to tonight's race. Chase race number 2 here in season 2 for the Wheels 4 Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Jason Dalton, after a good finish last week at Texas, opening up the chase in round 1 with a good finish. Dalton takes over the points lead. Coleridge, Fenmore, Chris Dean knotted up right there behind him, just 2 points back. Crank Bell, what a turnaround for him. Bell just 4 points out of the points lead. Cole Gray, Andrew Koska, Andrew Caldwell, and Trevor Ryan. Those are the drivers. I don't want to say safe, but those are your top 8 drivers right now above that cutoff line. Just behind him is Colby Tucker, Cody Richardson, Tom Richter in the 34. A horrible race last weekend, Texas, in the points for Richter. He's going to fall all the way to 11th in the point standings, and Dave Sanders going to round out those championship drivers and contenders. But it's still anybody's game because Sanders only 22 points back from your points leader, so one bad race could spell trouble and end your championship run here in season number 2. We'll have to wait to see which one of our legends, which one of our stars is able to best the field here tonight. 130 laps around this 1-mile old school. I still like to call it a short track, but old school track, a lot of character. It's going to go down tonight in Thunder Alley. Gonna get rid of that championship information for you. Throw the qualifying speed charts back up for you. There you can see Dusty Martin now rounding out those drivers that made a qualifying time effort. Christine still top of the speed charts. 23:60 is the time for Dean right now. Coleridge Fenmore gonna pop his Ford Mustang into the 4th position with just about 3 minutes remaining. We've still got, looks to be about 10, 12 drivers yet to put in their qualifying time. Crank Bell yet to get out there on track. Actually, he's beginning to roll off of pit road. What do you say we go around the track one good time here with Bell? Let's see if our cameraman's got him, and there he is. We got him coming to the green flag. He's going to put down a 23:88 first-time lap for Bell. He's got a lot of improvement to get to the top of the speed charts. Will he be able to knock off Chris Dean, who sits in that provisional pole right now? 23:60 is the fast time here in qualifying. Bell off of 4, back across the stripe. Good enough for 5th. He's going to edge Coleridge Fenmore back outside of the top 5. Just a handful of drivers left to go here now as we reach the 8-minute mark. We're going to slowly step away from the track. away from qualifying, head to a quick commercial break, then down trackside for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular their bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Back trackside after the national anthem, drivers begin to make their way to the starting grid out there on the front stretch. That's right, it's The Rock here tonight at Rockingham Speedway, hosting round number 2 in the chase here in season number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. And it looks like the final few drivers have made their way through final pre-race inspection. And you can hear those bells in the background. You know the sounds. You know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup here for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series at Rockingham. 130 laps around this 1 mile old school track, in the 2 of Christine starts inside row number 1. Your pole sitter, the 2 of Christine, lined up just to his outside, looking to turn his chase around. The 34 of Tom Richter, Mike Grandy Sr. and Jason Dalton back in row number 2. Row number 3 here tonight, the 14 of Craig Bell and the 1 of Coleridge Finmore. Cody Richardson and Andrew Koska back in row 4. Row number 5 here tonight, the 88 of Cole Gray, followed by the 32 of Chris Wool. Andrew Caldwell, Bob Robertson making up row 6. Row number 7 here tonight belongs to Dave Sanders and Patrick Stein, the 37 of David Rogerson and 35 of Dusty Martin back in row number 8. Row number 9 here tonight from Rockingham Speedway is the 95 of Frick DiMaggio. Went to victory lane last weekend. Texas Will DiMaggio be able to make his way through the field and back to the front. Will have wait to find out. Trevor Ryan, the 18, will line up just to his outside. 19 tonight, the 80 of Matt Contosh. And just to his outside, rounding out your top 20, the 9 of Brian Dorsey. Eric Anderson, Mike Stiverson, and Dave Gainforth round out the field, and we're going to drop the hammer. Green flag fly. Chase. Race number 2, live at the Rockin' Dean sideways. Pole sitter, race leader sideways, trouble. Mike Grandy Sr. goes around, Dean goes around. Caution, and more drivers piling in. Oh, no trouble early for a chase contender. You watched it, you seen it all unfold right before your eyes. Christopher Dean sideways, turn number 1, lap number 1, pole sitter with trouble, and around we go. Caution flag flies for the first time here tonight. Why don't we take a look at it one more time? What do you say we watch it happen once again? There you can see the aftermath. Big trouble there for Christopher Dean. We'll take another look at it here if we can, and there they go once again. Thought he had it saved, then contact between the two in the 12. Brings the cars back around, and that's going to bring us back to the front of the field with new race leader already. Tom Richter going to begin to pad his back pocket. So that's going to be 2 different leaders here tonight. 1 lead change, 1 caution flag. Whew. What a way to start the show, huh? Getting in it, getting after it, getting right on it. Drivers with some trouble. Christine struggled with the grip there on the cold tires. You've seen the two go around. Contact with Mike Grandy Sr. Looked like Matt Contosh not able to get the car slowed down in time, and piles in a little bit after the fact. And Contosh down on pit road. He's got a long night ahead of him, as well as Christopher Dean. In that 12 with Mike Grandy Sr., both of those drivers a long night ahead of themselves after contact early. Exit of turn 2. This goes well for Tom Richter. I mean, he's got a point for leading now, and he had a, I don't necessarily want to say a terrible race at Texas, just not quite the points that he was looking for, and unfortunately, Richter comes in too. Race number 2 here, the round of 12, the opening round of the playoffs for the Wheelful Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. All the way back in 11. That's uncharted territory for that 34, but we'll see how things go. Looks like the iRacing pace truck will tuck off. There it is. It's gone. It's out the way, and we're going to drop the hammer once again. And green flag flies as Richter in trouble for Frank Bell. He's sideways. Oh my goodness, turn number 1, catching a ton of drivers out. Frank Bell, big time trouble, luckily for him. A handful of positions all the way back to 13. There you can see him now. Belongs to Tom Richter, your race leader inside that Cheerios 34 machine, but into the inside, just don't. Close battle here for the race lead. Justin Dalton continues to look to the inside, but Richter gonna cover that off. big sideways slide out of turn number 2 for that one of H. Fenmore. Fenmore riding with the 21 on the car here tonight. That's a little bit interesting. Going to round out your top 5. Richardson now putting in the fast time of the race, 23:81. What our goal time was here tonight. 23:60 was the pole set by Christopher Eaton, the 2 Chevy ZL1 Camaro, all the way back to 19. Sideways spin and contact with another driver off of the exit of turn number 2 on lap number 1. So pole sitter not able to get back around. Can't believe a lap before having trouble. Richter going to take advantage, and he keeps the front of the field. And they don't lose the tail, though your top 3 sail back to 1. Back across the front stretch, down to turn number 1. Here comes the field now through turn number 2. With each other, all still chasing. Tom Richter. Wall for Cody Richardson, I believe it was the 64. Drops back to the bottom of the speedway. He looks for more. Take that spot away from Tom Richter, but not able to get there just yet. Tries again back down into turn 1. Not quite able to complete that pass. Richter keeps it wound up at the top. Big moment there. Racing down the back stretch. Down through Thunder Alley. Back in turn 3. Continuing to catfish down there on the bottom of the racetrack, right next to that yellow line, but not able to get there just yet. Unofficially to lead a lap. Dalton, he's got it 2-3 times a lap, but right at the line of Richter. Back once again, and now to the push from Fenmore on the outside. You can see that 34. Yep, through the center of 4, and it looks like Dalton's going to drop back to 3rd. Cody Richardson in the 64 machine ready to feed him. He had some slight contact with the outside wall. That's brought Andrew Costa. 47 Chevy ZL1 Camaro ran well last week. Couldn't have another repeat solid finish here tonight. Andrew Caldwell, the 46, right behind him. Caldwell needing to have a decent run to feel relatively safe. This motor speedway for the final cut-off race here around the 8th driver going to move on after we finish the race next week at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Stay tuned. Special guest coming to you live next week here with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Keep that one in our back pocket for you. Good ready to come in. It's going to be a great night at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Costa off of 4, still rounding out your top 5. All over the tail end of that 64 right now, but not able to quite complete the pass. We've seen that inside lane really struggle to get the pass done. How many laps is it going to take Richardson to get by? We'll have to wait and find out as we go. Those battles back outside of your top 10. David Robinson, Trevor Ryan, Brian Dorsey all lined up with each other, nose to tail, coming across the start finish line this time by, beginning lap number 18 out of the 130 scheduled in tonight's official race distance, right here from Rockingham Speedway. Going to jump around the track as we head back towards the front of this field. Watching that 64, there's Jason Dalton just off in front of him. That 22 machine struggling a little bit with the pace, now falling behind. Here top 2, Richter and Fenmore starting to slowly step away. the position amongst themselves. Right, Frank Bell, a moment ago. Bell all the way back in the 18th position. He's now back to the top 10 spot, looking for more. Gonna dive to the inside on Sanders. Looking for a position here. Can Sanders keep Bell at bay? Looks like he's gonna be able to for at least the backstretch here. Now back down in turn 3 to Freightliner. Looking for another spot. Well, race fans, I'm not a fan of that color combination right there, so we're gonna have to change that up here. We'll switch that around to this race. Not really digging that one, huh? I'm not too. I don't know. Anyways, back to the action. All the tracks, 78 to 14 now go side by side. As Bell gonna gain 2 more positions, he now moves to 8th. The Budweiser Select 32 of Christopher Wold up at the top of the racetrack. He's going to keep it wound up, looking to keep or take the spotlight, I should say, from the 35 of Dusty Martin. Not able to do so. Martin going to 3 and he'll keep that 11th position for the time being. Meanwhile, back at the front, Tom Richter steps away from Finmore by just over a half a second. Way up the track goes Wold that time around. Slowly beginning to sort themselves out all the track. Richter beginning to walk away from everybody. Coleridge Finmore right behind him in second. Third place is Justin Dalton, Andrew Costa, and here in the top 5. 25 laps into this 130 lap event here tonight. That's right, Thunder Rally, The Rock, live on the Dirt 3 Racing Network. You're watching Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Quite a gaggle of cars here. We've got 3 drivers all nose to tail up in front of this 3-car battle that we continue to watch right here. Make that a 4-car battle as Chris Wold can be involved in this one as well. It's Wold, Rogerson, Grandy, Ryan all tucked in with each other. Cole Gray, Dave Sanders, Dusty Martin battling with a 3-car tango going on up there. Or it's 2-car tango. I don't know. What do you call a 3-car? We'll figure it out. Oh, big moment there for the 35. Almost into the side of the 77 of Dave Sanders coming out of turn number 2. Close quarters racing right there, up yet another spot as this driver, Frank Bell. Big moment for Bell on the restart here tonight. Super loose, almost had a repeat of what we seen happen to Christopher Dean, but Bell able to corral the car. Fell all the way back to around the 18th position at one time since he's been able to turn things around. Right at about 10 positions, and he's back inside the top 10 all the way to 7th, and he is slowly reeling in that 64 of Cody Richardson. He'll just have one more driver to go after that. Make it back into the top 5. Bell looking pretty quick here tonight. Jump around a little bit once again. What do you say we go back to this battle with the 12 of Mike Grandy Sr., Dave Sanders, Dusty Martin, Trevor Ryan, Bob Rogerson's right there. How about Frank DiMaggio? He's now inside the top 15. DiMaggio struggling just a little bit. The 95 just seems to be a little bit off pace here tonight. Was quick in happy hour. Did not get a qualifying lap in, and he would have struggled to make his way to the field, but we are well away from the halfway point, so a long night still ahead. We've got an early caution flag since we have been clean and green since the drop of the restart flag. The restart coming right at about lap number 5. Lap number 1. So a lot of time on the tires for all of the drivers out there. Looks like we'll see about 50 laps or so on a set of tires. The driver's going to have to make at least 2 pit stops here tonight. Some may try a 3-stop race, try to get those fresh tires to keep those lap times quick. Already almost a 2-second fall off. So when drivers hit pit road, look for them to bring all the drivers to pit road. What do you say we jump on board now, go to a few of our onboard camera shots here. You can see we're riding with the 35 of Dusty Martin inside his Chevy ZL1 Camaro as he tries to get by the 77 of Dave Sanders and into the top 10. Whoa, gotta get off the gas. You see that a little bit of a twitch there by Martin. Whoa, and DiMaggio, where'd he come from? Flying around on the outside. Martin goes way up the track. We'll jump around to one of our other onboard camera drivers. What do you say? Here's a look back from a driver inside of the top 4. Andrew Koska, the 47 machine. He's slowly trying to reel in your top 3 drivers. As we cross the line this time around, again, lap number 37. If you haven't already, join us in that push to 3,000. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. And we continue to watch this 47 of Andrew Koska, not able to really shake the Sirius XM Toyota Camry, driven by Andrew Caldwell. Caldwell with a decent run there at Texas to open up the championship chase. He finds himself just right around that 7th position in the championship chase grid right now. So a little bit of buffer, but it's not very much. To be about 5 points over Colby Tucker, who sits outside of the top 8 right now. It's Tucker, Richardson, Richter, and Sanders on the outside looking in, but the way they're running right now with Tom Richter leading the race back to your race leader one time. Look at this. He's setting sail. He's doing exactly what he needs to. With the way they run right now, Richter's going to move inside of that top 8, and it looks like it does look like I believe that may be Caldwell running inside the top 5 as well. Also, Trevor Ryan would be pushed out right now. Christopher Dean, he's going to fall back, having that early trouble here tonight. So look for Dean to possibly be in a really tough situation heading into Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We'll have a little bit more clarity on that by the time we track here tonight, but we continue green flag racing. Richter in another zip code all alone. Battle for second. Battle no more. The 22 of Justin Dalton has gone back around Coleridge Finmore, so now the pass forward of Finmore drops a spot, running the Motorcraft 21 paint scheme here tonight. So Finmore feeling a little old school. Throw it on back. See if that doesn't bring them some magic here tonight. Strode just a little bit in last week's race winner. He's now begun to make his way towards the front, up inside the top 10. The 95 of Frank DiMaggio breaks into the top 10 for the first time, and we've got our first driver at the front of the field making a green flag pit stop. 64 Cody Richardson gonna pull the pit road this time around. So green flag pit stops now underway. Mike Grandy Sr. going to pull the pit road this time around. That's going to leave Richter, Dalton, Finmore, Koska, and Caldwell rounding out your top 5. Craig Bell, Frank DiMaggio back in 7th. 8th place to Cole Gray in the 88 machine. Dusty Martin and Dave Sanders round out your top 10. Jump around the track just a little bit. What do you say we go back here to the battle between Cole Gray and Dusty Martin? Here you can see the 88 and 35 going at it. The Shane Brooks sponsored 35 trying to get up there and take a spot away. Looks like he may have a handful trying to get by. Cole Gray running some solid lap times compared to your race leader. A bit of strategy looks like down here, maybe just some right sides only for Mike Grandy Sr. He's going to make up quite a bit of ground, but he still sits one lap down. Back in the 21st position, Cody Richardson listed as the first driver at 1 lap down. David Robertson going to fall off the lead lap as he heads down pit road. With a battle now. How about this one right here? Coleridge, Finmore, Andrew Costa. Looks like a few drivers heading to pit road this time around. And yes, the 101 of Dave Gainforth, he's going to pull the pit road in his Toyota Camry. One Fast Ford and one Toyota Camry inside of your top 5. It's a Chevy dominated top 12. Chevy showing out, showing strength here tonight on this 1 mile track nestled in Rockingham, North Carolina. That's right, just on up the road from Charlotte Motor Speedway. You can find this great old school track, Rockingham Speedway, home to many legendary races and many stars and Hall of Famers have been to victory lane here as David Sanders and Brian Dorsey going to pull the pit road this time around. Who's going to solidify their chance for a championship? Will any of our contenders win in the opening few races in the round of 12 last week? A driver that has been to victory lane before got back to victory lane, and Frank DiMaggio walked away with the checkered flag last week at Texas Motor Speedway. Ken DiMaggio repeat here tonight. Fast and Happy Hour did not qualify, but now knocking on the door of a top 5, DiMaggio runs in 7th. How about this battle right here? 47 of Andrew Koska and Andrew Caldwell going at it. We've seen these two drivers go at it before. Close racing action here. 4 spots inside of the top 5. Koska runs in 4th. Caldwell back in 5th. On lap number 52. Race leaders to pit road. Koska and Caldwell gonna stay out. That's going to give us our second lead change of the night amongst 3 different drivers. Richter, Dalton, and Finmore to pit road. Caldwell, Koska, Bell, DiMaggio, Gray, and Martin all stay on the track. Christopher Dean also going to stay out there all the time. And Koska going to pull the pit road, so Caldwell will take over the race lead. Third lead change, 4 different drivers. There you see drivers going down and around race leader Andrew Caldwell. How about Craig Bell? He's actually going to stay out another lap or 2. Bell in the 14 machine. There you can see him just now coming off of turn 2. He's got quite a ways to go to catch up to Caldwell. And now the 46 to pit road. What does Bell do? Bell going to stay out. He's going to get a point. He's going to be the 5th different race leader here tonight. Looking keeping our eyes, making sure nobody can pop by the pit road police. Stretch this thing out for your top 6 drivers still yet to come to pit road. For the first time, Frank Bell leads Cole Gray, Christopher Dean, Dusty Martin, and Patrick Stein. Now, round out your top 5, Christopher Wold, the last driver in that Budweiser 32 machine, last driver on the same strategy that has not come to pit road. Cody Richardson, the 64 machine, he was the first driver on the pit road. He is back on the lead lap. Tom Richter going to the outside of Bell, making his way around and back up onto the lead lap the good old-fashioned way. Bell giving up a ton of ground here, a ton of time, staying out this long. How long will he stretch this fuel? We'll have to wait and see the pit road. Coleridge Fenmore now dropping to the bottom of the racetrack, heading into turn 3. That's going to put him back onto the lead lap as well. Jason Dalton next in line, then Mike Stuyvesant, and Andrew Koska will be breathing down the neck of Crank Bell. Cole Gray right behind him. 88, there you can see that 88 machine right there. He's yet to come to pit road as well. Christopher Dean and 2, Dusty Martin yet to come to pit road. Patrick Stein. How about Cody Richardson? We're going to take a look at Richardson right here because he's been able to not just get himself back on the lead lap, but he's been able to actually make a position up. He's been able to get up and around that 32 of Christopher Wold now runs in 7th. Yet to make his pit stop, Patrick Stein, he's called it quits. He's headed into pit road this time around, and the 32 of Wold going to follow suit. Both of those drivers finally head to pit road on lap number 60. Meanwhile, back at the front, how about Cole Gray, Christopher Dean going at it right here. They've got the 77 of Dave Sanders, who's got those fresh tires, trying to make his way around. Mike Randy Sr. also with much fresher tires. We're looking here. You can see that damage machine battered here. That's Boston Bruins 37. Looking for some more. David Robertson trying to make his way up and around. See if he can't gain some track position during this round of green flag pit stops. Top 4 drivers yet to hit pit road. Craig Bell leads the race. Right back in second, third place to Christopher Dean and Dusty Martin. Runs in Cody Richardson. He was the first to pit road. He's the first back behind the drivers that have not hit pit road. Tom Richter, a couple seconds, it looks like about 2 seconds off. So Richardson really able to make up a ton of time with coming to pit road 10 laps before race leader. Are we looking for a one-stop race here? With that early caution here tonight, is that what we're seeing Crank Bell and Cole Gray trying to accomplish here tonight? Are we seeing those drivers look to try to make this a one-stop race? And Bell gonna pull the pit road this time around. I think that's gonna be the strategy. Christopher Dean, Cole Gray right here. Oh boy. Christopher Wold off the track just a little bit. Dean back to the point for the first time. That's going to give us 5 lead. Oh, and Dean with trouble again off of 2 and into the side of Frank. Big trouble down the back stretch. Fenmore involved. Oh, boy. Let's go back, check the replay. Oh, no. Catching it a little bit late. What do you say we try to go back up top? Well, we see it already happening there. Let's see if we can't go back a little bit figure out how it all happened, how it all went down here. Oh man, big trouble. 88 of Cole Gray caught up and involved. We'll take one more look at it. There it is. One more time. What do you say here, race fans? There you can see. We'll watch this for just a second. There's Christopher Dean taking that top spot back once again. Chris Wold goes to the bottom of the racetrack. There's Dean at the top. Trouble off of 2. Slams the outside wall, trying to catch it, and Cole Gray just nowhere to. Oh my gosh, look at Finmore. Finmore absolutely nowhere to go and just runs over the driver in front. Big trouble here tonight. We'll head back live with the drivers on pit road. We'll step away for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back as we head side by side.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
We're going to cut the commercial short as we're ready to drop the hammer. Once again, iRacing pace truck out the way. Green flag drops once again here from Rockingham Speedway. Cody Richardson, your sixth different race leader here down through turn one safe. Good job. Drivers and everybody making it through turn two on the colder tires. And now Justin Jason back to the front once again. That's going to be our seventh different lead change here tonight as now Koska moves to second. Heading backwards is Richardson. Frank DiMaggio, Mr. Where did he come from? Team here at Rockingham Speedway, Jeff Gordon taking his team here at Rockingham Speedway. Ken DiMaggio conjure up some good juju and be a back-to-back race winner. And Texas Motor Speedway to open up the round of 12. Can he get back to victory lane and lock those drivers for the championship trophy? Can he lock them out of victory lane for the first two rounds in the first? For the first two races in the first round, I should say, of season number 2's championship chase right here in the Wheels Floor Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Big wiggle down the backstretch for the 46 of Andrew Caldwell. He's got Dave Sanders, Mike and Caldwell rounding out the top 5 for now. Dalton begins to step away. How about the Hornet's Nest back here with Cole Gray? The 37, the 12, 78, 18, 88, all over each other right now. That's from about 8th place all the way back to 12th. Over each other right here. Robinson gonna begin to step away from this little bit of the ground, and everybody dropping to the inside of Cole Gray. Looks like Gray may be down on a little bit of power. We see some smoke out of the driver out in front of this trio of drivers. Back stretch and down to 78 goes down and around. He'll take the spot away from Gray from now. Caution, caution on the speedway. We've got a caution on the track. Driver's gonna bring it to a crawl. Let's see if we can take a look back, see how it all happened, see how it all went down. Let's see what that caution flag was here tonight. Trouble seeing that one, finding that one. Looks to be running out there on the track, so possibly a debris caution here, and it looks like we may have found out what happened. Let's take a look once again. Tom Richter, front clip ripped off already. Let's take a look back. And we're not going to be able to see what happened here to Richter. But it looks like Richter and Dusty Martin, the 35, caught up involved in something. Let's take a look back one more time, see if we can see it. A bit more caught up in this one. And Tom Richter, big time damage from an earlier incident. He's just struggling here tonight, and it looks like Richter is behind the wall, listed out of the race. Big time chase implications here. Christopher Dean, Tom Richter, both out of tonight's race. Both chase contenders. Richter needed a solid run here tonight. He may be in a must-win situation to move on to the round of 8. Oh boy, the point standings, the chase grid becoming very interesting heading into a big track. The Brickyard, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, next week will host race number 3, the first cutoff race in season number 2's championship rundown. And it looks like Richter may be in a must-win situation. Christopher Dean came into tonight's race just 2 points back from your points leader. Although being listed out of the race back in 22nd, he may be able to somehow point his way in. It's going to be tough for Richter because he's going to lose a lot of points. Already was 21 points behind your points leader. 8 points back on Trevor Ryan, who was the last driver inside of the top 8 coming into tonight's race. Man, it's going to be it's going to be a tough one, I'm telling you. Next week is going to be a tough one. There is going to be a lot of different implications. Every pass going to matter in some shape, form, or facet for all of these drivers. And, man. Finmore with trouble here tonight. That's a 3rd championship driver. Craig Bell. We've seen Bell with trouble here tonight. That's a 4th championship contender. Man, I'm telling you, it's ooh, boy, it's gonna get crazy. 4 championship contenders with trouble. A 5th one not at the track here tonight. It's gonna get down to the nitty-gritty. The final few laps of Indianapolis Motor Speedway are going to be quite the show. But for now, the show at the front of the field. I'm gonna drop the hammer for the restart. Lining up row number 1, Jason Dalton has control over the race. Andrew Koska just to his outside. Frank DiMaggio and Cody Richardson back in row 2, and here we go. Green flag flies. Once again, here from Rockingham Speedway, close quarters, racing down to the turn 1. For the race lead, DiMaggio going to take 3rd with a fair amount of ease, not able to slide up just yet in front of Richardson. Everybody off of 2. A little bit of wiggles for some of the drivers out there. Bottom of the speedway goes Dalton, goes DiMaggio. How about Koska hanging strong out there on the outside? Not giving up yet. Koska looks to take back control of the... Whoa, big slide. Oh, no. Right across. Oh, my gosh. How did DiMaggio not get involved in that? How did Jason Dalton not destroy the car right there? I mean, it's pretty well done for pancaking like that, but how did... Wow. How is that not more of a mess? I'll tell you what it has done, though. It has given Andrew Koska the clear-cut race lead, a half a second out in front of Frank DiMaggio. Big step back, almost 2 seconds to Cody Richardson, and that backed up the field, stacked up the drivers. Big trouble now for Jason Dalton. Pole sitter last week at Texas Motor Speedway had a pretty decent run going there at Texas as well. Dalton, big trouble, big slide off of 2, tries to catch it and pancakes the outside wall right across the track in front of pretty much the entire field. That could have been a huge wreck for a lot of different drivers out there tonight. But we stay clean and green. Crossing the line this time around will begin lap number 85 out of the 130 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Well past the halfway point. So what do you say? We run down some driver highlights and spotlights real quick back to the front of the field. Man, that's leading the race. Credit where credit is due. Koska leads this field. Driver that was fast in happy hour elected not to qualify, started outside of your top 15, now up to second place. Last week's race winner at Texas Motor Speedway, Frank DiMaggio, looks for another checkered flag. Driver back in the 3rd position, 64 of Cody Richardson. Can the Illinois native set himself up to have an easy night at the hometown track, Indianapolis Motor Speedway? Next week, we'll have to continue to watch how it all unfolds. But for now, Richardson runs in 3rd, rounding out your podium drivers. Mike Randy Sr. wants to have something to say about the Honda, New York native. Looks to the bottom. He'll take that 3rd spot away. Richardson gonna fall back to 4th. And how about Brian Dorsey right here, rounding out your top 5? The driver inside that 9 Ford Mustang has gained 15 positions here tonight, tied with Frank DiMaggio for the biggest mover of the race. What a run so far by Dorsey, all the way back in 20th at the start of the race. He now runs in 6th as Caldwell going to move him up out of the way, and he'll take that top 5 spot away. Still trying to recover here tonight. sits in 7th. And at 6th, that's going to keep the car on the bottom of the racetrack. And now Dorsey's starting to fade away at the top of the speedway. Top of the racetrack does not look like that it has been run in just yet. Now that 46 Sirius XM sponsored machine of Cody Richardson. Andrew Caldwell, I apologize, going to find out the hard way. How about that? Frank Bell, power move around the outside to make it back inside the top mile. He goes to the high side to get around Richardson. With a little less than 40 laps remaining here tonight, drivers, it is time. You have got to be on it from here on out. I don't think we will see anybody on the pit road unless we get another caution flag here tonight so far. Just 3 cautions from Rockingham Speedway here. Chase race number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro. Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues. If you're looking for a league that runs multiple series, looking to be able to rub stars with the elbows, rub elbows with the stars. There you go. I'll get it right. On a Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Head on over to Facebook.com. You can also find them on the iRacing.com directory page. That's right. Just look them on up. Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues, and you can find yourself out there on track trying to chase after a championship in one of the multiple different series right here with Cyber Thunder Racing League. While we watch this battle between Dave Sanders and Cody Richardson, Dave Robertson also making his way up into the mix. A lead change at the front. Coleridge Fiddler going to take that top spot away. That's going to give us our 9 different lead change of the night of 7 different drivers. DiMaggio has stepped away to a 2-second advantage. Costa with a 2-second advantage over third place runner Crank Bell. Bell looking to solidify his championship run and being able to finish in the top 3. I think that will set him up with only needing a top 15 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway to move on. We'll have to wait for some of the numbers at the end of tonight's race to know if that's going to hold true or not. But as drivers inch closer to the 100 lap mark, it is time to go. You can't play no games no more. It's time to get the job done right here at Rockingham Speedway in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. A lot of drivers knotted up right here. Bit of a wiggle down in turn 3 by that 77 of Dave Sanders. Now the 37 of David Ronderson going to look to the inside. Here comes Bob Ronderson trying to follow suit. Yabba dabba doo. Here comes the 101 of Dave Gainforth up the track of 1 and 2. Gainforth having to avoid some drivers in front of him, getting a little bit sideways out there tonight. Now the 77 Sanders looks to the outside. Trying to get the pass, trying to get the job done on Bob Rogerson. Dave Gainforth right there. Coleridge, Fenmore, Christopher Wold. There you can see that Budweiser Select. That black machine running back down that road. We've got them doubled up 2 rows deep, heading through 3. we have crossed that 100 lap threshold. Why don't we go ahead and do a little bit of house cleaning for you here tonight. We started tonight's race with 23 drivers. We have still got 18 out there on the track with only 17 left on the lead lap. The 89 of Patrick Stein listed as the last driver on the lead lap of Eric Anderson. First driver on the lead lap in the lucky dog position, and it is a big gap back from there. Jason Dalton down about 22, 23 laps now. As he's continuing to try to fix that machine, but Dusty Martin, Tom Richter, Christopher Dean, and Nat Contosh all pulling the cars to the hauler. They're getting fired up and ready to go and head to Indianapolis Motor Speedway to end the round of 12. That's right, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Brickyard will host the cutoff race here in season number 2 for the round of 12. Handful of championship drivers with trouble tonight. Handful of championship drivers in the front. It's going to get interesting. It's going to get good. How about this? We've got Frank DiMaggio leading the race. He's been to victory lane multiple times this season, trying to spoil the show once again and keep a championship contender out of a victory lane. But Crank Bell, he's going to have something to say about it. Still 3.5 seconds to make up for Bell, but he is your highest running chase contender right now, sitting in that second spot. Andrew Koska right behind him. In third, rounding out your podium spots, Andrew Caldwell, another one of those championship contenders. He sits in fourth. This is one of your closest battles on the racetrack, so we'll stay here for just a brief moment before heading back to another 4-car battle. What do you say we jump back here once again with the 88 of Cole Gray? There you can see Gray leading Chris Wool, Dave Sanders, Mike Stiverson right there. Patrick Stein not too far off from them. And how about Stiverson, man? That Home Depot launch number 2 machine just quiet night all night long. Ran around the top 15 all night long, just not really able to move forward here tonight. Oh, in big trouble for the 32. He almost pounds that outside wall off of turn 2. That has been the trouble spot for a lot of the drivers here tonight. Big trouble off of 2. Jumping back around the track to some more of the battles. I tell you what, right at about the 20 lap red run. We need the mic for just a brief moment, get a little closer, bring you some of the sight and sounds here from Rockingham Speedway. We're gonna hush and turn it up. love it when we get up close a little bit. Bring you all of the sights and sounds from around the track, up close and personal, right into your living room. We'll check back in with your race leader with just 15 laps to go this time around the 95. Frank DiMaggio leads by 3.7 seconds. Frank Bell back here sitting in the second position. Andrew Koska rounds out your podium drivers here, sitting in the third spot, the 47, with a solid night, up 5 positions from where he started tonight's race. Andrew Koska doing a heck of a job there. You can see Koska right there just in front of Andrew Caldwell. Both of these drivers, championship contenders, battling it out for the final spot on the podium. And we'll stay tucked in with these two drivers for the time being. Look at the battle. Look at them go right across the line this time by, and Caldwell gonna take that spot away. Caldwell and Koska bolt to pit road back on lap number 66. Freshest tires on the track. Inside the top 5 belong to the 14 of Frank Bell. Not able to utilize those tires really to close in, though. You can watch that timing and scoring over there on the left-hand side of your screen. You can see DiMaggio actually able to stretch his race lead so far here tonight. So Bell, even with those 10-lap fresher tires, not able to reel in the 95 of DiMaggio. But you gotta ask yourself, does DiMaggio have enough to get to the end of the race after only stopping back on the lap number 66? We'll have to wait to see how that all plays out. We'll jump around the track once again, back here towards the tail end of the top 10. Bob Rogerson runs in the 19. Rounding out your top 10 there, you can see that 101 of Dave Gainforth making his way back off of 4 as Rogerson comes to Richardson. David Rogerson just off in front of him. Dominating the Lion. You'll see that 9 machine. To go here tonight, this time around in the Cyber Thunder Racing Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. If you haven't yet, scroll down in that description, click the link, head on over to Wheels for Warriors USA website. That's right, Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. I can't think of a better organization to be involved with, doing everything they can to all of the veterans that they possibly can. All the veterans involved in their programs, at-risk veterans, taken under their wings, shown a little bit of love and camaraderie, some of which our veterans miss so much after re-entering the civilian world. The program's lasting right around the 1 year time frame for the Wheels for Warriors sponsored individuals, sponsored veterans. Lots of great stories over there to read and hear about coming out of the Wheels for Warriors USA organization. So head on over to Wheels for Warriors USA, checking them on out. That's www.w4wusa.org. Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Frank DiMaggio, front of the field. He's on tear right now. Starting the championship chase off, snatching. You don't give it credit too soon here, but snatching away the first 2 races from the championship contenders. Frank DiMaggio looks to dominate outside of your championship chase grid. DiMaggio to victory lane last weekend, Texas Motor Speedway. He looks to double him up back-to-back race-winning eventers here, and he's just about 5 laps away. Oh, trouble for him. Driver on the backstretch. He's seen trouble. A little bit slow right here through 3 and 4 is Cole Gray. He'll manage to get the car through the corner. Mike Stuyvesant going to take away the 14th position as now just 4 laps remain from Rockingham Speedway. Five-second advantage now for DiMaggio over Bell. Bell with about the same back to Caldwell. Andrew Caldwell has stepped away from Andrew Koska, so only a caution flag or some trouble is going to change the way your podium drivers are going to finish out here tonight. Andrew Koska running in the 4th spot. He's got a hungry number 12, Mike Grandy, right behind him. And how about a story of a night right here? Mike Grandy Sr. started up in the 3rd position. Trouble on lap number 1 for your pole sitter tonight. And unfortunately, that 12 of Mike Grandy, nowhere to go. Caught up and involved. You see the tail end, beaten and battered. What a turnaround for him as he'll see popsicle sticks this time around. Mike Grandy Sr. turning his night around. Great points day for him and his crew. Mike Grandy Sr. What a run here tonight. But back at the white flag flies. Final lap here tonight at Rockingham Speedway. The 95 for Frank DiMaggio going to make his way off of turn 2 for the final time. Down the back stretch. Once again, just 2 corners left. Into 3. Well in clear. Frank DiMaggio gonna walk away with his 2nd checkered flag in a row. There you see it now. Checkered flag in hand. Frank DiMaggio wins again. Craig Bell gonna finish in 2nd and rounding out your podium here tonight, the 46 of Andrew Caldwell. What a run, what a race here tonight. And well, race fans, with that being said, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your course race. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back live here from Rockingham Speedway. trackside once again at the conclusion of another great race right here from Rockingham Speedway. Chase race number 2 now in the bag. What do you say we run down trackside, try to catch a few words with some of the drivers that walked away in the podium positions here tonight? What do you say we try to dial up the driver walking away in third here tonight inside that 46 Toyota Camry? Andrew, it's Dave. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling after a solid run and a solid night here tonight from Rockingham Speedway?
I'm feeling pretty good. I was just trying to come out here and get as many points as I could, and was just hoping to get a good finish. We came and finished third, so I'm pretty happy, and this is going to be good for us moving forward.
Yeah, definitely going to be good for you moving forward. You came into tonight's race just sitting in the 7th position as far as the 12 championship contenders are concerned. Tonight going to be a big shot on the arm for the point standings. How are you going to approach next week at the Brickyard? Is it a play it safe moment? Are you going to be aware of where you're at in the points all race long, or are you just going to go out there and have fun and hope you get the job done?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I don't know if I want to play it safe or if I want to go get a win, but definitely going to have to play it safe just in case.
We hear you. We hear you. Well, another great race for you in the 46 crew. You found your way in the championship chase. You found your way to a podium here in race number 2 in the opening round. So, congratulations, Andrew. And before we let you go, is there anybody that you'd like to send any special thanks, shout-outs, love yous, anything like that to?
First off, always got to thank the sponsor, Wheels for Warriors. They let us come do what we love to do, so thanks to them. And I got to shout out my parents for coming out and supporting me every week and watching the broadcast.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the solid run here this weekend. We hope to see you continue that run next week at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and we'll catch up with you then.
Thank you. See you next week.
All right, there you have it. Driver in the Sirius XM Toyota Camry, Andrew Caldwell, with a big shot in the arm in the point standings after he walks away with a third place finish here tonight. What a run by him and his crew, and that's going to move us right along to the driver that walked away second here tonight. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the driver inside of that Freightliner 14 machine crank bell. It's Dave in the booth. You got me, bud?
Yes, sir. I got you, Dave.
Hey, man. How you doing, man?
I'm pretty ecstatic. That was a great run for Longshot. Happy to be up here on the podium following my teammate, Frank.
Yeah, teammates locking out those top 2 spots. DiMaggio not in the championship chase. You are, obviously. You see that green banner across the top of his windscreen there. And coming into tonight, Crank, you were just 4 points back. A great run for you. You may walk away with a points lead heading into Indianapolis. So looking forward, what do you do when you get to the Brickyard? Do you play it safe? Do you points race? Or do you go for the win?
I pretty much always go for the win. I mean, that's the best way to get points, and points are what move you forward in this, or a win automatically moves you forward. So I've got too much of a competitive nature to just lay back and try to save points and whatnot. I always push it.
Well, always pushing it seems to be working out for you all season long here. You got the victory lane just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I believe it was. And you've been carrying that momentum ever since. Another solid finish and great run for you in their 14 crew here. So before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, I want to thank my teammates on Longshot, especially Frank. I've raced with that guy for 2 or 3 years now, and he's been super helpful, always willing to share little secrets and stuff like that. But he's overall an alien on most courses, and like he was saving a little bit, trying to make sure he had fuel when I was catching him there. And then as soon as his crew chief told him to turn it loose, he just walked away from me. But great guy overall. Thank all my sponsors. I'm carrying the old T-Rex Express colors on the car tonight. He's in the chat. I know he's been out watching, cheering me on, does a lot for us. Thanks to you, and thanks to all the admin and all the league members here at Cyber Thunder. And as always, shout out to Wheels for Warriors USA and all the good that they do for our veterans.
Absolutely. We couldn't agree with you more with a number of those statements there. And Crank, again, congratulations on the solid run here tonight. We hope you continue this momentum at the end of this round of 12 and look forward to seeing you in the round of 8. Let's get the job done next week. What do you say?
I like the way you think, Dave. Hopefully, I'll be right back up here on the podium talking to you again.
All right. Well, until then, my man, you enjoy this one.
Thanks.
All right, there you have it. Driver walking away with the second spot here tonight inside the T-Rex Express Freightliner 14. Crank Bell has another solid run. And that's going to move us right along to the driver that walked away with the checkered flag once again. Second week in a row into victory lane. Frank, it's Dave. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling? Stacking up these race wins like that, back to back, opening up the championship rounds, locking out those championship contenders from victory lane. How sweet is that?
Yeah, it's always a good run when you can be competitive and have a shot to win. And luckily, we were able to guess right with the strategy and have a nice long green run at the end, which is something that I really look forward to and I really like. So, um, and all in all, it just worked out in the end.
I want to talk to you a little bit about tonight's race. We seen you fast and happy hour, no qualifying lap, starting all the way back, and I believe around the 17th position here tonight. So, what went on there with qualifying? Was the car not ready? Did you just, I mean, what happened?
I think usually I just anticipate a wreck the first few laps, and I just don't want to be in the middle of that. So we do a little start and park type thing, and we see how many we can pass in the end, and if the cautions fall right, maybe we can have a shot at the end. And luckily tonight was one of those nights.
Absolutely worked out to your advantage, man. You were the biggest mover of the race as well. So getting 16 spots here tonight. Your teammate there finishing second called you an alien. So I mean, how do you feel about that comment?
It's always flattering to have the respect of your fellow drivers, so that's pretty cool. I think Crank had fresher tires at that last stop, and he had to work his way through the field, so he burnt him up there. But I was really afraid he was going to drive up there and come blow past me. So luckily, we were able to keep the wheels on it, keep the fenders on it, and we were able to have that long run at the end, which I think really suits my style. So if we would have had a yellow at the end, I don't think I would have got it. So pretty fortunate with that.
Yeah, well, no matter how you got it done, all that matters is at the end, you parked that 95 in the Rockwell Victory Lane Circle here at Rockingham Speedway. Old school track, old school paint scheme on the car. It's fitting that you're sitting in Victory Lane. So before we let you go and enjoy this one here tonight, is there anybody you'd like to thank? Give any special shout outs, I love yous, anything like that? Anybody, any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
We gotta say thanks to our buddies at Wheels for Warriors USA. Those guys do some great stuff for veterans. So if you haven't checked out their website, take a look. I got to thank my buddies over at Longshot Motorsports, all the other drivers that gave me some room. A few of them let me go, so that was pretty cool. And then also the Turn 3 iRacing Network on YouTube. And everybody watching, really appreciate them tuning in and watching our show.
Well, Frank, we appreciate you coming out here and doing what you do. Great job week in, week out. Hopefully in one of these upcoming seasons, we'll see you with one of those contender banners across the top of your windscreen. But until then, man, you just keep going out, doing what you're doing. fast week in, week out. Another great night for you and the 95 crew. So enjoy this one, man. And until next time, yeah, we'll see you soon, I think.
All right, we'll see you next week at Indy.
All right, well, you heard him sneak it in at the end. Frank DiMaggio says he'll see us again in these post-race interviews at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Look for him to back those words up. DiMaggio walks away with his second checkered flag of the championship chase, and he parks it in victory lane here tonight from Rockingham Speedway. What a race. What a night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network from Rockingham Speedway here in Rockingham, North Carolina. Another great night. Another legend goes to victory lane. Yeah, we called him a legend. Frank DiMaggio noticed and notarized as an alien by his teammate Craig Bell, who finishes in second. So DiMaggio, he's going to phone home here tonight. And he's got some big news to talk about, walking away with his second checkered flag. Another trophy to add to the case. What a run here tonight out of that 95. And you can hear those familiar tunes in the background, so you know the sounds, you know it's time. Producers hitting the button, so let's run down your unofficial race results right here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series from Rockingham Speedway. Chase race number 2, and Frank DiMaggio gonna top the board once again, walk away with the checkered flag. Back in second tonight, the 14 of Crank Bell, and rounding out your podium drivers in the Sirius XM46, Andrew Caldwell. 47 of Andrew Koska will slot home in 4th, 5th place tonight to the 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. Great turnaround from the start of the race for Grandy, involved in a lap 1 incident, was able to turn his night around and walk away with the top 5. Back in the 6th position, 37 of David Rogerson, followed by Bob Rogerson. How about the 64 of Cody Richardson? Walking away in 8th, Cole Ridge Finmore gonna finish in 9th, and rounding out your top 10, the 9 of Brian Dorsey. 18 of Trevor Ryan will slide away from the track in 11th. Dave Gainforth walking away with 12th. 13th tonight belongs to the 20 of Mike Stiverson, while the 32 Budweiser Select Machine finishes in 14th. And rounding out here, top 15 will be the 88 of Cole Gray. Patrick Stein in the 89 parks it in 16th. Dave Sanders gonna finish 17th in his 77 machine. 43 of Eric Anderson back in 18th. 19th tonight from Rockingham Speedway is Jason Dalton. 35 of Dusty Martin will walk away in 20th. And chase contenders Tom Richter and Christopher Dean, both early trouble here tonight. Richter gonna walk away in 21st. 22nd goes to Christopher Dean. And rounding out the running order from Rockingham Speedway for chase race number 2 here for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series season number 2, Matt Kontosh finishes back in 23rd. And well, race fans, that's pretty much going to do it for us. We're going to begin to wind up the cords and get ready to head to the Brickyard for next week's cutoff race right here in the championship round of 12 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. So, as always, man, if you haven't already, continue to support these drivers. Show them some love. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers them thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until then, we'll meet ya in Turn 3.